Women are known to be builders of the future. They are the molders of the character, and when they mold with all commitment, they mold with all sincerity. Women must mold future leaders who will stand in their capacities to bring in development in all sectors of the economy. Our guest on the show today is Mrs. Omolayo Ogunsiji. She'll be telling us some of the experiences she has had in the past and how the experiences has been able to shape our future and shape other women she has come in contact with. You're welcome to Women and the Society. My name is Charity James, and I will be taking you through the 30 minutes program on today's episode. You're welcome.
Audio Jungle.
You're welcome on the program, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. It's a
Nice
pleasure having you.
Thank you. Right into the program now. Can you tell us about you? Can you tell us a little about your upbringing and growing years and what you've been able to do, attain in life?
That's $1 million question. Well, I'm willing to give you my experiences, my growing up years, and all that happened to me while growing up. I was born into the family of 5 from Igbesa, Ogun State. Chief and Mrs. Obanla. I'm the third born of the family. We are 4 girls and a boy. Now a man, don't let me say a boy. My growing up years, we grew up at a place called Papajawo in Mushin, Lagos State. I wasn't from a silver spoon background, but I'm thanking God for today where I am. I attended primary schools in Mushin, and then the school life was still very, very okay, unlike the way it is now. I went to Oye Primary School, Igbowu Secondary School, still in Mushin, and I had my WAEC at once. But getting admission into the university was like an Herculean task. You can imagine you having your school start at once, and you felt writing jam would be an easy ride. Fine, it was like an easy ride, but my choice, of course, then, and the universities I wanted to attend was more like a very competitive one. I wanted to read law, either law or mass communication. But it's always like, okay, this year, if I write the exam, it might be like 10, 5 marks to the cut-off marks. And then it was like, if I don't go to the university, nothing else will work for me. And like 2-3 years, I was at home, I'll write jam, I didn't meet up the cut-off mark. After some years, I felt like, okay, let me just try the Polytechnic, because then Polytechnic to me was like a no-go area. I chose Ogun State Polytechnic for mass communication then. I think there was maybe there was an issue or something. There was no admission that year. And I said, thank God, me that I didn't even want to go to Polytechnic. I rewrote JAMB again. I chose University of Ibadan. Was that year that they said there were backlogs of admission, so they could not admit. God, it was getting to me, because I didn't even remember to tell you, I went to University of Ilorin, but it was later discovered that the admission and the person that helped me for the admission wasn't genuine. It was in the exam hall that I got to know that I was sharing the same matric number with someone else. You could imagine what that meant. I felt like dying at that point in time. And in a way, if I look back over the years, I always look at that particular situation and how it has spurred me into greater things in life. Fortunately for me, a neighbor of mine saw me one day and was like, Layo, what are you doing at home? And we attend the same church, and I said, Pastor, this is what is happening to me. He said, you this girl, is it because you are so quiet that you don't even like talking to people about your problem? That should at least I should have told them that this was what happened to me. Immediately, then there was no mobile phone. He had to use the landline to call his brother in Ekpoma. Unfortunately, when he asked, bros, is there anything like admission going on? She wrote this jam and this is the score she had. The brother said, okay, uncle, you know what? Today we ended admission at Ekpoma, even the supplementary list.
That was divine.
I said, God. When he said, but he now said, but we are doing a diploma admission right now. The man said, but she wrote the jam and she scored so. He said, even VC cannot bring in a candidate now. But for with the course that she wants to do, let her do diploma. And lo and behold, because I was desperate at that time to leave home. Even my younger ones were already in school, they were gaining admission. And I was like, God, why is this happening to me? But sometimes I notice that when you question God over things that you cannot change, at that point in time, it's just like you just venting your anger unnecessarily. I told some of my friends that were always encouraging me, and she said, it's okay, just do this, and with that, you can know the next step. And that was how I started. I went to Ekpoma. I did diploma in social works. After 2 years, I crossed to. I had options because I did very well. I had options to go into maybe sociology. Then we had theater arts. Assuming there was mass communication, probably I would have gone. Theater arts wasn't really it for me. And it was then that they started the Department of International Studies and Diplomacy. That was how I crossed to International Studies and Diplomacy. That was my first degree. I had a diploma as in social works. And after I graduated, Ekpoma then were always having crises. Today they will close down the school, another maybe for 6 months. And that went on. And normally, I don't believe in doing anything shady. I wrote my full year, my age, everything. And because of the crisis and the closing down of school, I couldn't go for service because it was that year that they started the law that when you are above 25, you can, maybe 25 or so, I'm not sure, maybe 25 or 27, you can't go for service. And that was why I could not go for service that year. I felt so bad. God, why? But my elder sister encouraged me that you don't know what God is doing. Maybe this is not the plan of God for you to serve. In between this, you can do something else. Even while I was at home, within the period of the service, I heard so many things from my friends. Maybe some that were attacked, some that got injured while doing serving and to rest. Even there was a particular one they called me, was a very pathetic story. That while she was coming back from when she went to serve, she was robbed. And till today, the lady cannot see because the 2 eyes, they shot her directly into the eyes. And that was it. I said, God. Well, in all things, I've learned to give thanks to God. And that was how the journey started for me.
From your story, we gathered that you must have been very determined in getting to your goal. And along the line, with what you said, we can calculate about 7 years.
Yeah.
You waiting for 7 years before you finally got to Ekpoma.
Yes.
So what is the lesson in there for people at home to learn?
For me as an individual, I can say it is now that I'm really getting to know what that situation really taught me. And as it is now, you hear of so many people committing suicide, people falling into depression. Those those are some of the things that can lead one into depression. But thank God for the strength and the courage to carry on. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me at all. It was not an easy situation at that period at time then, because at a point I was running away. Don't let me use that word, running away. I didn't want to associate with anyone. I'm not that outgoing. Let me say I don't really. I'm an introvert to an extent. But in a way, some of my friends, I was totally withdrawn. The only thing I did then was, okay, I'll go to church, come back, stay indoors. And
it could cause complex.
Yeah, it's at a point it was causing complex for me, because as at that time some of my friends were already graduating from school, some were in their final years, and maybe you meet them along. Layo, what are you doing now? Where are you now? I'm still seeking admission. It was a very, very traumatic period for me, but I thank God for everything. You asked for the lessons that can be learned. I've always encouraged people around me, even my children. I always tell them, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. It might not be easy, but sometimes at the end, it's always worth it for you. Because assuming I gave up then, assuming then I just felt, let me just go and do something else, maybe, or join some bad gangs. I might not even be alive to tell the story today. But in a way, my story has been an inspiration to some younger ones. I have some that will tell me, Mommy, please always remind me never to give up on my dreams. I have some that will tell me, Mommy, please, I want you to be a mentor. You know, it's always an easy thing to say. At so period in life, I want to be here. Because then growing up years, my dad will always tell me, take a pen and paper, write at so age, where would you like to be? At so period, what would you like to do? And my dream then was that by 25, I would have been a graduate. You know, then it wasn't like, okay, these days that you have children graduating at a very young age. I want to be I want to be a lawyer by by this I would have finished my master because in my home, my dad believes so much in education. Even my mom, though she's not educated, but she has been a strong pillar when it comes to my academics, even us, all the children.
Okay.
So I'll always tell the younger ones never to give up. I am saying that boldly. Never give up on your dreams. It might take time, but definitely it will surely come to pass.
Talking about dreams now, you said you wanted to be a broadcaster. You wanted to go for mass communication,
Or law.
Yeah. But along the way, it didn't come to pass. But now you're a certified broadcaster.
Yeah.
Are you saying dreams don't die?
If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Okay. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Because for me then it was like either law or mass communication. That was majorly what I really dreamt of doing. But when it was not coming forth, I had to make do with the options that I had then. And as time goes on, I knew within me that I still want to do this, I still want to do that. I love, whenever I see people casting the news on TV or hearing people presenting on radio, I was, and I can do this, and I can do this. Lately, even my husband and my children, they are always laughing at me that and if I can't with pani. If recently I was telling them, I said, now that I finished my broadcasting program, I think maybe after the children might have grown up, maybe I should go for law. Even the children are pressing me now, Mommy, go for your PhD. I said, I'm not doing that now. If for the broadcasting, it was more like a dream come true for me. Though I'm not a practicing broadcaster or a journalist, but it was a passion that I've been longing to achieve.
Tell us when you started.
I started the program. I think it was Samideri and the advanced course in presentation and probably production or any other area in.
At least you've started.
I've started. That is the basic thing. If you don't start a thing, you might like the Yoruba proverbs will say that if you don't dip your leg, to ba fese sínú omi, oh ni mo bo se jìn tó. I'm sorry, I might not get it right. But if you don't start a thing, you might not be able to determine how far I can go or how far I can't go. For me, I believe if I want to do something, no matter how little it is, let me start from somewhere.
Mold children, empower children, especially those less privileged ones, and encourage them in their education. Have you had any experience about children who are less privileged and they are doing good in their education, but due to some things they can't go further? Is that why you started this passion? Is that why you are pushed to help the less privileged?
Someone used to say, if you train a child today, you are training a generation. And if you train a child, you are reducing the number of people in the prison yard. So the little we can do, you don't have to wait until you have billions in your account to impact lives. When you die, people will not ask you, how many houses did you build? How many cars do you have? But the life that you impact today will be there to testify that, okay, I was a beneficiary of this. And in a way, I have impacted people too. So that is just the way it is. And I believe it should be like that for people. You don't have to flaunt your money unnecessarily on things that are not very important. But train a child today and even you as a person will be happy for it.
What is your advice to women on how they should do in the society, on how they should empower themselves in the society? Let's forget about foundation doing some things for them now. How do you think women themselves should encourage themselves?
So if you want me to help you and you are not speaking out, there's no way I will know if you want me to help or not. As a woman, you have to stand up and take your place. I'm not a feminist. I wouldn't say that. But I believe in equal rights for women. In the past, we used to believe, okay, the place of the women are in the kitchen or just at home doing nothing. But the way the world is now, when you hear things that women are doing, you'll be surprised. But especially in Nigeria, we have, like I told you earlier, that we have women that are doing great things exceedingly well, but they are not noted. They are not celebrated. Men should stand up. Okay, I have passion for this. You might not have the wherewithal, but at least take a step. Some women will tell you, when Babarisi has refused to do this for me, you don't have to wait for that, because it is what you do, especially when you have a girl child. If I'm being sluggish in my doing, my children will follow suit. Shebi, mommy too is just always sitting at home. She's not doing anything. But as a woman, you should, even if no one, I always tell myself, after doing a thing and I'm happy about it, I'll tell myself, Olariwaju, encourage yourself, celebrate yourself. You have to clap for yourself, because nobody will do that for you. And that is what I do to myself. I always tell them, if nobody will praise me, I'll praise myself. So take that step as a woman up today. Take that bold step. Encourage yourself. Even if no one is encouraging you, take that bold step. At the end of the day, you will be proud that you are able to do even things that you think you cannot achieve. No age is too old. You can't be saying to yourself, I'm too old to do this, I'm too old to do that. Once you set your mind on that thing, you can achieve it.
Have you heard Mrs. Ogunsiji telling you to celebrate yourself? Yes, do that regularly. When you celebrate yourself, that means you are encouraging yourself to do more and encouraging others to celebrate you as well. On that note, we'll go for a short break. When we come back, it will be time for Mrs. Omolayo Ogunsiji to tell us some of our favorites.
Audio Jungle.
On this segment, madam, you'll be telling us your favorites. We'll ask you about your favorite clothes, your favorite food, your favorite color. So right after now, we'll start about asking your favorite color. What is your favorite color?
You can say that on me now. My favorite color is pink. Any shade of pink. Any shade of pink.
Why did you?
I just love pink because it's a sweet color. I can combine it with any other color and it comes out nice on me.
Talking about color, let's go into the attire that you love most. Is it the native or the English wear?
If you see me today, you can see me on jeans and top. Well, weekends, mostly Sundays, I love native attires with my headgear. I love to look good. That's one thing I don't play with. I'm not the party freak. I don't really like parties like that. But maybe lately, because I'm getting as the years rolls by, at least sometimes you go out to celebrate with people and the rest. But I wear anything that suits me. I wear jeans. I wear shorts. I wear skirts. For office wears. I wear good corporate dresses. But I love natives too. I love natives with good neckties and just to look good.
They say human cannot do without food, and you must have one particular one you like the most.
Really, I love rice, fried rice, or further rice. Those are my favorite food. And lately, I just discovered that maybe because of the health benefits, I prefer ofada rice with the sauce and maybe anything veggies. Whatever I'm eating, I could put vegetables by the side.
Are you a sporty person?
Really, I do exercises. Not sporty like that, but I love to keep fit. I walking, then sometimes there was a time I was jogging, but lately I've stopped that. I just take, at least in a day, I take minimum of 6,000 steps per day. And this helps in a way to check my blood pressure, everything else generally. I don't take my health for granted. I don't play with it at all.
And with your passion, you can do anything at any time. You can be called at midnight to do what you love doing the most. So, mother, what is your own passion?
Passion. Well, the one thing that you can't take away from me is cooking. No matter how tired, because I take orders, we do daily deliveries, take orders for organizations and the rest. Even if sometimes if I'm not having that energy, I don't want to do anything today. I won't come to cook. The only thing I'll tell you, okay, can you give me maybe if you think you need it by 4, can I extend it to maybe 5, 6? But definitely, nobody can take that away from me, and it's something that has helped me. It's not just in that area alone. It has helped me to spread my tentacles, and it drives me in a way, because once I'm doing that, some other ideas comes into me, and in a way it has helped me greatly.
Madam, we want to thank you for talking to us on the program today.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for advising our women to be strong for themselves.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. That will be all on the program this week. Women and the Society was able to bring to you Mrs. Omolayo Ogunsiji, an event decorator, an event planner, and advocate for women advancement. Do join us next week with another woman who will be encouraging women to do better on themselves and on the society. Till then, we say have a nice day.